So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened. So here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purposes.
Hi everybody, Mark here. Since I don't have that many weapons around here, I'm reduced to using my bows and arrows, and my giant keyblade, and my lightsaber, which means I'm probably dead if the Zombieland happens. If the zombie apocalypse happens. Yep, I'm probably dead, but I would do what I can, because I do have some knives in there. Kitchen knives, but... So, finally, after watching this bad boy, Zombieland, and we finally get to see what Wichita, Columbus, Little Rock, and Tallahassee have been up to the past 10 years. I know I'm a year behind, but I see one movie per month, and I already had my movie picked out for that month this movie came out, so it had to wait until it came on DVD and until I can actually watch it. So that's why I'm late, but better late than never. So yeah. Anyway, so this movie was alright. The four actors who were in the first movie did a great job. This is where you belong, Jesse Eisenberg. You belong in comedies, not and stay out of my. Don't stay away from my. Don't be a superhero villain. Okay, this is where you belong in comedies, where you have to explain the history, the rules, and how different every single zombie is. Like there's homers out there, and there is Stephen Hawkins, and there's ninjas, and then there's 800. Yep, zombies. That's what zombies need to deal with out there, and regular zombies. So, and actually, we get to see two people turn into zombies in this movie. You think three, but like it kind of gives you a hint. Like the way they like barf, the way they like turn into zombies in this movie is kind of weird because it's weird. They barf and they it looks like peanut butter actually. And the weird thing is, one of the person who thought turned into zombie had a nut allergy. Well, technically we see three. We do see three because there's a mid credit scene as a joke. So it's been 10 years since they've been on their own, and they're headed to Washington D.C. They spend a couple months in the White House doing a couple jokes, like that Tallahassee should be president and that Ray Olden should be president, and Little Rock is sick because she's not able to hang out by her age. Tallahassee's acting like her daddy. Wichita and gets asked to be married by Columbus, and so she ends up leaving and taking Little Rock with her, but she got careless after about like a month, and so did and Columbus goes and states I hate this trope. I freaking hate this trope. Probably because of my hair color, but I hate this trope. That blondes are dumbasses. I hate that trope because they made you wanted this girl to die, and the fact that she's a trope that goes against my hair color makes us all look like idiots. But she doesn't. I mean, the closest thing she has to a weapon is this pepper spray. I would try, if I had no choice but to learn how to use a gun, I would learn how to use a gun. Okay, I would grab a gun and shoot. But I don't think she would. So yeah. Besides, you can actually shoot somebody's eyes out with the bow and arrow. You can't shoot somebody's eyes out with the pepper spray. All you do is distract them. So, anyway, this is when, and they go and do it again in the White House together after a month, and Wichita comes back and tells them that a guy named Barkley, I think it's in the place he's from, and Little Rock went with him, and apparently they're going to where Elvis lives. And even though this guy does not know anything about like how the world works, because he's a freaking hippie, and he probably doesn't know where the hippies even came from, because the fact that they mentioned Bob Dylan later on, and he doesn't know who Bob Dylan is. Hello, Bob Dylan was around during the hippies' times. He's the one who wrote a lot of songs for the hippies. So, hello. And a lot of the songs that you sang are probably ones that he sang. So yeah. So this guy, I would not want to date him because he does not know what the hell he's talking about. So poor Little Rock. This is what she's reduced to. I don't mind hippies. I don't mind weed, but this guy, he's a wannabe hippie. Okay? He's a wannabe hippie because the fact that he doesn't know a lot of the music that was back during the 60s, around the time the hippies were. I feel sorry for her. Anyway, so they're chasing after her with their new friend Madison, and they have to use a minivan for Delassie's reduced to a minivan. And because he likes to drive nice cars and big cars, ones that can flatten zombies. So they are looking for her, and they come across RV and a clown truck, probably that's meant for ice cream. And he goes after the minivan because that'd be great for smashing zombies and making sure they cannot reach it. And this is when we see the T-800 zombie, which is ones that target you until you're dead. It means they're very hard to kill because they hit the kid in the head, and then it took for Tallahassee to step on it and squeeze the little guts out of that zombie to make it stop, because double tap, that rule's gone in that when it comes to those guys. So you can 100 tap and that zombie's still dead. You have to use your freaking boot to kill it. And so they try to use the RV. The RV flattened the tire after 10 feet. So they had to go back to the minivan, and they make it to where Elvis lives, and this is where we find. We think Madison gets bit, but she really eats bad peanut. She ends being cookies, nuts, but we think she's dead for a little while here, so she's not there with them. And so we go to Elvis's home. They have a little fun there, and we find one new friend named Nevada. So if you watched Deadpool and the Netflix Marvel series, this is Claire in that show. And I also think she was in Lego Batman. She played Batgirl in there. So she's been around. So I like the fact that we got. It's hard not to call her Claire here, but I'm trying my best to call her Nevada. So, anyway, and they stay the night there. They find out that Little Rock and Barkley had taken off and took a different car. And they left Tallahassee's car there. And the next morning, we meet two lookalikes that look just like Tallahassee and Columbus. We got, let's see, I can remember them. We got Flagstaff and I think it's Florida City. They put something to Florida. I'm not sure. I can't remember the other one. They don't really matter because they're just here to get bit and die and actually see them turn into zombies and have more. These two guys are just a joke. And it takes forever for these guys to die. And basically, Claire has Nevada has to kill them, and they have to leaving. And they decide to because they can't because Tallahassee cannot drive that monster truck they came in a lot in his car with. So they're back to using the dumb minivan, and they make it to Babyland, Bayland. See, I'm doing bad. I have a hard time pronouncing that word too. And on the way there, they bump back into Madison. And she's driving the clown truck. And she explains to them, I have a peanut allergy. That's why I was looking like I was turning into a zombie. So, okay, whatever. Or nut allergy, so. They make it to the wannabe hippies lands. And they find out you can't bring guns or any weapons into there. And so they melt down all the weapons. They're dead. Dead. And so they find out that Little Rock's there and she's fine. And this is when Tallahassee decides to leave, but he finds out there's a bunch T-800s coming towards them. Because they're idiots and they're shooting fireworks in Zombieland. What a bunch of idiots. Hey, just because you're hippies does not mean you're idiots. You guys are idiots. You give a bad name to hippies. Bad! So, anyway, he goes there to warn them and say, do we really got no guns here? Huh? Do we really got no guns here? Okay, fine, we have to use gunpowder. And below them sky high. And we're reduced to using shovels, rakes, and things for gardening to kill these guys. Luckily, Nevada comes with the monster truck and starts turning those T-800s to pancakes. Lats them with those big wheels. One good time we have a monster truck here and we're flattening zombies and turning them into frickin' pancakes. Yay! So, she turned off a bunch of them and saved those four because those four cannot die. They're the main characters. You cannot kill those guys. They're not allowed to die. Everybody else is allowed to die, but not those four. No. So, that's why Nevada is here to save them. And even Madison and Barkley started dropping things onto them. So, yay, Madison is useful, yay! So is Barkley, yay! So, and they have to go upstairs, and they all make it upstairs, and poor Tallahassee, I'm like, Tallahassee, you have to, run down to, then jump on a hook come up from a crane, and watch this old T-1800s fall down. I don't know, I'm probably saying the wrong number. It's been a while since I watched Terminator. Load me on. So, anyway, they were falling down, and apparently one was a Homer. Bye-bye, Homer. This is why you're dead. This is why the Simpsons sucks, because the fact that you have a zombie named after you. Bye-bye, you're dead. And we have two more left, actually, that almost killed Tallahassee. So, I forgot to mention this part. He gave a gun to... Okay, you know how I think Chekhov's gun, where you, resent a gun, and you have to end up using the gun before the movie ends. Well, this actually happened in this movie, and the fact that they, he gave Little Rock, the King's gun, Elvis gun, that was in the White House, somehow, for some reason. And apparently he gave it to Nixon before he died, and he Now it's Chekhov's gun, and they use it to save Tallahassee. So, yay! They use Chekhov's gun. Yay! So they kill that. So these are about to make Tallahassee fall down, and that's how the movie ends. And the old lead Little Rock decides not to stay with Barkley. Madison and Barkley get together, so she stays there with the idiots. They're not hippies, they're idiots. And then they get into a car that is Elvis's car apparently. That was nice. It's nice. It's a nice car. And they end up driving with Nevada joins the crew. So now there's 5 of them. So Nevada is now part of the crew that will never die. Yay! Go Nevada! And she tells them like what city she comes from in Nevada. So yay! So the movie ends. This is where like a very funny part happens. Nevada says he was going to kill the person who killed Bill Murley, which, as you knew from last movie, that was Columbus by accident. And they showed like how the zombie apocalypse happened for him. Apparently, back in 2009, in this world, there was going to be a Garfield 3 because he said that's his word, that movie that he regretted. And yet here he is. Cause the reason why he's doing this is because drugs cost money. That's true. They do cost money. But he was really desperate, man. And the director turns into, or one of the interviewers turned into a zombie right there. And this is where he's the only one that makes it out of there. And he even utters one of his favorite lines from Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid no ghost. Bill? These ain't ghosts. But he did a great job. He only had was a chair, and he made it out of there. He can even use the poster. So even if he didn't have a gun when the play started, so the fact that he didn't have a gun, he made it, means I can make it. Yeah. So what I give this movie, I give it a 8 out of 10. It was really good. I mean, it's not as good as the first one, but it was good. It was very funny. So yeah, me give myself for it. Sully, what do you give it? I give it a pause, and there's no pets in this movie. What the heck? They don't think that pets can survive in Zombieland. I bet you could. You would have survived for a little while. What? I don't survive forever. Yep. So bye bye guys, and remember, like, share, and subscribe. And what are you, Sully? I'm the king of kitties. So bye bye.